Hello, everyone. It's Candy. It's 11:53 a.m. So I went to bed at 1:30 this morning and woke up about 10:30, and I slept pretty good. Um, Except I heard, a little noise this morning. But this video, I don't know if y'all can hear me. But this video, um, excuse me, I want to talk about, well, January, around January 15th, um, through April 15th, supposed to be tax time, every year. So, the fake TI perp who falsely calls herself Targeted Madison on Twitter, um, let me try to see. Um, you know, Let me find, I think I can find it. Hold up. Yeah. So, she wants to talk about ending organized gang stalking or end organized group stalking, but yet you perping people. Like when I did a video at the time talking about, my first Amazon Kindle ebook for $2.99, on my other channel, called, Gang Stalked and Targeted by the Psych World. And it's in my description box on every video, the link to all my books. So her fake perp comment, how the hell is selling a book working the system? You know, and why you weren't really obsessed with what I was doing, you know, before my twin sister got in your head, But so she posted this perp comment on November 12th. I was off of Twitter by then, and it had been over 2 weeks and you're still harassing me. So she said, see, she worked in the system. This is why there's a stigma against us. She has to report all of her donations you all give her and proceeds from sale of her books as counted income. You all have given her thousands. SSI is looking at her bank account. I haven't received thousands, but maybe hundreds, and not even a lot of hundreds. So if I would have received thousands, then, I wouldn't need to ask y'all for money anymore, you know. So her trying to falsely accuse me of scamming people, but if I heard that perps don't have to, because I heard of perps who get SSI and Social Security as well, and so they get gift cards and free stuff so that their stuff isn't traceable, you know. So, but then look what she said. She's supposed to be targeted, but she brag about. Well, if you supposed to be targeted, but you claim you get an SSI check, but okay, you get an SSI check, but then she bragged and arrogantly bragged and boasted about how she's. Oh, you wanna know why I always get enough money to buy all this food? Oh, I sell weed. And other targeted individuals like, yeah, right, because you would have been caught and gone to jail or something like that before if you would have you know you would have been gone to jail a long time ago if you were truly targeted and you sell weed, you know. So she herself has even told me that she herself even told me that she been in and out of jail, quite numerous times. And so she probably took that deal and probably was targeted and then took that deal and became a fake TI perp. It must be her assignment. Because if you're that secretive and private that you can't even show a picture of yourself, or you if you can't show a picture of yourself, or you know she would show pictures of other people's targeting or YouTube videos that she would post onto Twitter, but never really her own, you know. And she only showed one picture of herself, and she looked like a white girl, or more like white or Hispanic, or maybe Native American, but definitely not black, but try to talk like a black girl. And like she said, she not. She didn't say she's not, but she said she not. And she wants to try to talk articulate and proper one moment, and then try to talk, with ghetto ebonics, or very improper the next. And sometimes both intertwined in the same sentence. But then after she said, falsely accused me of working the system and playing games and stuff, and talking about what I have to report, how about you report your gang stalking money, your perp money to SSI or taxes or whatever, I don't even know anything about how to game the system or work the system or anything like that, because like the idea of SSI, I only get $23 in SSI, and they're supposed to change it, so I don't know in a few days how much I'm gonna get for Social Security. But how come you're not reporting your perp income or your perp money? Answer that. But then she's gonna say, this measly SSI check is nothing compared to what the government owes me for experimenting on me and torturing me. Well, you're a perp, so you experiment and torture. You experiment on and torture, real targeted people. And then you're fake and falsely accuse me of being fake. So she'd be like, oh, I know Candy's been trashing me. She made a whole YouTube video calling me a perp because believe Brandy. She thinks everyone is a perp who doesn't agree with her. I never had big disagreement with you. So then this fake Eleanor Clementine bitch who claims she got AIDS, another fake TI perp, said it hurts so bad to have people never believe you, and then the few people who know this shit exists and they want to pretend it's useful to anyone. Such bullshit, man. It hurts though. Yeah, you're a white girl trying to talk like a black thug. So, and then Madison saying crazy shit, outlandish shit like the Bible has some things wrong. They make God out to be some tyrant and Jesus vengeful and arrogant. God doesn't need to be worshipped for eternity. They're ascribing human attributes to God, lost in translation. So, and then she said, I was gone from Twitter, and she said, oh, people on here like Candy are so judgmental. Just because I ask questions and at times struggle with my faith does not mean I'm not a believer. It means I'm human and I think for myself. It's okay to struggle with your faith and grapple at times. God doesn't want cult members. Yeah, she wants to mock the fact that I was in the cult. I'm not in it anymore. So then, when I talk about the disease homeless perp come and sit near me, she said, girl, please, these are not incidents of gang stalking. That man wasn't paying no attention to you. You're discrediting yourself by posting these ridiculous posts of people who aren't bothering you. And what business is it of yours? And they are bothering me. Because they have she wasn't on that bus because they have all those empty seats and you want to come sit directly near me, if you're dirty with a whole bunch of bed bugs and stuff. And there was some more perp comments that Madison said, and two other targeted individuals have said Madison was a perp, and another person said that she was perping. I don't know if it was a he or a she, that Madison was perping, but it was another person who told me that Madison was perping them too. So you know Yesterday I received a perp comment from a person. Um, where is it? All right, and I didn't realize that somebody made a comment 9 months ago on one of my other channels. On my other channel, so it's like this person from 9 months ago, and I didn't, because YouTube does not notify you of every comment that you receive, and I don't know why they don't, why does YouTube do that? Certain comments, even from 4 months ago, I'm like, wow, and I go look back at a certain video, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know that they had these comments here. So this Dexter Stanley motherfucker said, seek help. There are no gang stalkers. It's in your head. Mental stickiness is not a joke. Stop harassing innocent people. It's actually y'all harassing us. And you're definitely a perp. you know, so they're the ones who make it hard. And, the fake TI perps say that me filming my gang stalking evidence, they're the ones who, falsely accuse me of losing credibility of the they falsely accuse me of losing credibility or making the whole TI community look bad. So when I had got frustrated and decided to want to quit everything, all social media, it was as a result of a fake TI perp with little to no subscribers and no videos. So how can you prove you were targeted? And that fake TI perp falsely accused me of, making the whole TI community look bad. Or people want to say stop making videos and stuff like that. So I don't know why the so-called real TIs are listening to the popular fakes telling them stop making videos. So that's people like fake Perp Madison. That's their role. They're paid to pretend like they're targeted when they're actually fake. And they're the ones who are posers and make the real TI so-called community look bad. And the popular fakes are always the ones who parade around and falsely glorifying themselves as they're the ones who gaslight you and reverse everything on you like a narcissistic relationship. So the fake TI perps, they gaslight and deflect and reverse everything on you, and then everything's confusing and the outsider wouldn't know who to believe. And there are more fake TI perps than real targeted people, and their job is to make this community seem crazy. But then when we speaking flat out raw truth and showing you what's going on, they want to say stop doing it, stop doing that. You make everybody look crazy. You make the TI community look crazy. But then they can over exaggerate and fake all they want. And they would go as far as to fake acting extra paranoid and make themselves look like a fool, but they don't care because they're getting paid to do it. You know. So, I mean, I'm glad, well, I did this on my computer because on my phone, I didn't want to tie up my phone with a video, and I don't know if I might have to go out today. I definitely need more groceries. But my question is, I don't know anything about taxes. I mean, I know very little about taxes, and I don't know much of anything about the law. The so-called justice system was actually an injustice system. Like, I don't know how to, I mean, I don't even know how to work the system. I'm not that clever, or, I'm not slick, to know how to scheme the system or scam the system. And why would I, if I have a college degree, why would I wait 36 or 37 years of my life to start scamming the system? Why would I do that? Um, and I never been working the system and scamming the system when I'm trying to better myself. And it's like, you think I deserve to be held back when Madison tried to justify that she didn't want to she tried to say that she didn't want to you know expose her targeting, so-called targeting. Her excuse was because she didn't want to look crazy and she wanted to try to get into grad school. And she try to use that to justify, see, this is why Candy can't get jobs. This is why nobody wants to hire her. You fake ass demonic perps just don't want me to survive. So I don't know. I was wondering how often. I mean, if y'all can tell me how often am I supposed to report taxes on, the couple or a few $100s from donations and stuff like that. I mean, it varies, Um, but with my exercise Social Security so far, I've been getting 803 a month, and it's supposed to increase a little bit. But I have not personally received that letter, towards the end of the year that you get from Social Security, because as I said, they play with my mail at Waterfront Mission. So it's like I don't know how often and who do I go to and how often, if okay, let me see something. Uh, so 3903 times 30 is $1,170.90. So $1,171 a month to stay. I mean, for the $35 nightly rate plus $100 deposit that you get back when with your money. I mean, if you keep the place clean, you save a lot more money. So that doesn't sound like thousands of dollars a month, does it? Then I mean, for November I had to go back on the streets. Um, so that doesn't, and they had all those hurricanes. So my income is 803. So 1171 minus 803 is 368 left over. That doesn't sound like thousands of dollars that I get every month. You know, 368 plus a little bit of money for food and toiletry. Well, I'm mainly have like soap galore in my storage unit. So I mean, I don't have to much buy soap because I've had soap in my storage unit. Well, I mean, so some of the soap in my storage unit that I have, it would come from a few years ago. Like in 2018, they had that event I went to, and I think even this year, you know how you have a homeless outreach event, and then like a whole load of people. I mean, a whole load of hotel soap, like just endless amount of hotel soap. And when I was in Pasadena, California, part of LA in 2018, they had a homeless outreach And but I gave a lot of me being just that generous person. I shared a lot of soap. So a lot of that soap is gone, but I think I still have some left, and some other just regular soap I have left. So I usually bring my own. Most of the time, since I'm a woman who menstruates, and I don't like to get their towels and stuff messed up, I just bring my own towels and washcloths. Um, so I mean, I don't. I mean, I just needed help, staying safe and warm because of me being, wrongfully banned and set up from that, cold weather shelter. So, they want to be narcissistic perps. So, I was told that with the taxes, you know, that if you either work or giving donations or something, if it's under $600 throughout the year, then you don't have to report that. But um, excuse me. So I don't know how it works with gift money that people have been gifting you. But Madison talks like as if I'm making all this money off of books and I'm just scamming and cheating the system and stuff like that. And when I really don't even know how the system really operates. But so far it looks like I only got $21 and maybe 89 cents in royalties in America, and then $2.79 somebody from Germany, and so, and I'm supposed to not even get like whatever I publish in November and get sales from. I'm supposed to get that at the end of January. Whatever I would write and publish and get sales, whatever sales I make in December, supposed to be the end of February or beginning of March. And the same thing with January, April, the end of March or beginning of April from the Amazon sales. In the perps and fake TI perps are mocking and laughing. That's why nobody wants to read your books. Nobody wants to buy your corny books and stuff like that. While the fake TI perps who spread misinformation and disinformation and tell people what they want to hear, a false savior and a false solution, and new age solutions like go buy some shungite, go buy these crystals, go get some organite and keep that energy away, or that's promoting new age and witchcraft. Those are the ones who are getting bestsellers and shit like that off of the so-called targeted individual topic. When us real ones are being ignored, dismissed, and hated. So it ain't me being a so-called crazy, nonsensical person that's the problem. I'm just trying to independently make my own basic, living. And me not charging that much is just like $2.99 or $3, and people are too stingy and mean, they think I don't even deserve one book sale, of $3. They think I deserve to be just super punished. Because people like Madison sold out. If you, you know, promote aliens and Anunnaki and, mock and make fun of the Bible and Jesus, that was just one example. But she's done other things, mocking and making fun of the Bible and stuff like that. And then say Jesus would be generous to everybody. But then, she'll say something, Jesus was an alien or something crazy like that. But I mean, I can't believe I was even blind to Madison, and I woke up, um, when she turned against me and started perping me. But she was being more subtle She was more like messy, pretty much. Like, I did a video of me being by my sleep spot and it was still daylight. And she commented on Twitter. She said, "Girl, that car was finna run you over." Like, she said it in a way of like being messy and instigating, like, but she didn't say it because like she really cared about me, So, um, it seemed like all one thing that wicked people expect the targeted individual to be honest and follow the law when you're not even practicing what you preach. You know, if you're a perp who doesn't pay taxes and doesn't pay taxes and doesn't have to pay taxes, but you want to keep your eye on me making sure I do, it's not your business. I mean, but then you're the same person that if I do pay taxes, you'll say, "You stupid girl, I would have kept my mouth shut. I'd have kept all that money." So it's like, I don't know. But me and living off of SSI and Social Security and having no job for many years, I didn't even have to deal with that. But um, when I worked in 2017, no, not, I'm sorry, 2018 through 2000, and also 2019, those temp service jobs here and there, I got my taxes done both years. And before that, uh, it was my first job. Those bastards only gave me, by me working 4 months, I worked more. They exploited me at Popeyes, and I worked more than I got credit for. And I think they said I had like 1,300 something that I accumulated, from work within 4 months. And well, it was just about 4 months. And then all I got back was $7.15, and tax, back in taxes. And I'm like, that, if they said I was supposed to file that, and I figure I know I've been robbed. So I don't know how much, with the temp service here and there in 2018 and 2019, I didn't get all that much, but from the tax credits, I would end up having a little more money, and let me think. Well, I had a place in like around April 2018 and stuff. I still had my place, but from what I remember, I didn't get to even, if it was like $600 or $700 in tax money back, I couldn't even use that on luxury. I couldn't use it for me. I had to use it for living, basic living. No trips, none of that. From the little bit of money I worked for. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm getting things mixed up. I'm sorry. Wait, let me back up. Yeah, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Cause I'm getting the years mixed up. You know what? Yeah, I worked in 2000. I didn't get to have other than that cab driving job. I didn't get to start working at the temp service until 2018. And then, yeah, because it was like close to April. Like, it was like shortly before the deadline. So when I worked in February 2018, and then it was about, um, you know, February 2018 that I think I started working. They finally gave me a chance to work a certain temp service job, working the conventions and stuff. And then at the convention center in New Orleans, and a few other like restaurants and stuff with dishwashing. Then I would work. Yeah, so beginning of 2018, I yeah, so when I started working in 2018, and then I finally got my taxes done even after working a couple of months, and I ended up with $700 something back, and then because of earned income tax credit was how I was able to get more back, but then 2019, wait, hold up, wait a minute, excuse me, I think that's how that happened. And in 2019, I think I did. Wait, no. Or maybe I. Wait, you know what? I'm getting things. Or was it 2019 was when I filed? Wait, no, because yeah, I think it was 2019, not 2018. Well, 2019, I was already homeless, and you, I used that tax money. I don't know why I'm getting the years mixed up. I used that tax money in 2019 to come move here. Yeah, that was when I got like 600 or 700 something dollars, I think. But I thought I filed taxes in 2018 as well. I don't remember, but definitely 2019. And then from what I worked last year, 2019, I filed taxes with the lady this year. So um, I don't know why, you know, Madison tried to paint this false picture of me being the type to evade taxes and stuff. But I still wasn't clear or wasn't sure of what to report, for taxes or Social Security or anything if you receive like gift money or whatever. Or if Social Security or SSI decide that they want to take more money from you, I don't know how all this goes and I'm confused, you know. So, I mean, if Social Security, if they decide they want to take, you know, if they want me to pay all this extra money back, or even if I didn't know, or if they feel like, if I was supposed to pay the money back, or if they're not going to give me money for the next few several months or so, then that means I would have to ask for more money. But then, this would be like $803 less of money that I have to ask for, you know. But I don't know. I don't even know, what's the right thing or the best thing to do, because this is kind of new to me, because I had never had to you know, I mean, I never had to you deal with um, living off of Social Security and SSI and donations because nobody want to give me a job and I have no other way to survive. And I didn't sell my soul, so my books are not selling like hotcakes, you know. So, but I look back at some of my short stories on my other videos. I mean, on my other channel, and then you know, I didn't get many views, but I got like certain videos I had a lot of likes. I'm like, oh wow. So not a whole lot, but I feel like the way they do me with thumbs down, if I get 5 thumbs up, I feel like that's a lot of likes. So you know, all this comes from my heart. You know, whatever, the fiction or stuff like that, everything comes from the heart, and it's not you know, it's not fake. I mean, it's fiction, but it's not just fake in order to gain something, is what I'm saying. Because they had a freaking Satanist come on my you know, a Satanist, that Cody Robinson guy came and made a comment trying to make it like, are you trying to get me to join Satanism? I don't do that. You know, so I'm like, I don't want you Satanists to come harass me. Leave me alone. You know, no Satanists, no Freemasons, no New Agers, no witches, no tarot card readers. I want y'all to stay the hell away. And sadly, I mean, I saw a YouTube channel of this girl who claimed to be heavily targeted and claimed to be a targeted individual, but she was she was an overt Satanist. Like, how the hell you a TI and you a Satanist? You a devil worshiper? That puzzled me. So it's pointless for you to be targeted and you're a Satanist. So she might have been a fake TI perp. Um, yeah. So and not that many people realize that people like Madison is fake or whatever. But I was asking for advice in 2017 when I was doing a cab job that didn't last long, and they perked me really bad. On my other channel, I did videos about the cab driving experiences and stuff, and I didn't realize they were perping me. I thought it was. I mean, I noticed that you just sit there and have me waste all this money and then go broke enough to have to beg. When I tried it with the cab driving job, and then you give me a car that runs for a little bit and then breaks down and then leave me stranded the first night, and then I'm trying to call the girl Brittany and she's freaking ignoring me. But then she's a freak, and she would persistently ignore my calls. So then when I asked her, why you kept ignoring me, and she said that she kept ignoring me because she said she thought I was the she said that she thought that I was CPS trying to come after her and her kids or something like that. But I figure it was bullshit. I don't have anything to do with that. If I'm supposed to be your client and I call within reasonable hours of the day, why you keep ignoring and rejecting and blocking my calls if I'm supposed to be, I'm supposed to be your employee, business employee. So I figured that was a scam and a fraud. You don't ignore other cab drivers. And every other cab driver was pretty much rude as fuck and abusive, very nasty, with both Star Cabs and Glenn's cab. Because Star Cabs used to be service cab in Metairie, Louisiana. And Star Cabs with Brittany, she changed it to Star Cabs. And she'll lie and say that they never were service cabs. Brittany lies about everything. Her name was Brittany Zorthian, and she has a freaking mugshot photo on, if so she been in trouble with the law before. And I think I heard that her dad was already rich and gave her like $100,000. And Brittany has this Satanist slut kind of look. And so Brittany was a fake nice perp. and they're nothing but scam and need to be shut down. But when I tried to work for Metricab, Metry, Metricab, they always would tell me that they didn't need nobody or they had all their people. But they would mock and make fun of Brittany's company because Brittany used to be a stripper or something like that. And Brittany would put up ads on Craigslist saying, come drive for Star Cabs. And so, I couldn't find a job, any other opportunity. So I tried and had to put in so much money of my own and went broke. And, couldn't even get help with a 75-cent bus ride um, to try to get to the hospital or to try to get to another job interview at the zoo. So, but when I asked that retard Ramona, I shouldn't have asked her, asking older sister for advice, you know, what should I do? Um, they just want to be self-righteous because the way they freaking scam people and get over on people. Ramona's the type of person that she wouldn't report taxes. But, I was telling her that the man who trained me, uh, he now why would a former police officer tell me that I would be stupid? And that other cab driver too. They try to the cab drivers would say you would be stupid if you go and make your money and you getting paid cash. You would be stupid if you go and report that. So when I asked my sister Ramona and her boyfriend, and Elliot had to have the biggest mouth, you better go pay your taxes. And they both like, you better go pay your taxes, whatever. But the way they get over and defraud and scheme people, why are you going to wait till because it's me you want to act self-righteous and holier than thou? But, I'm not the type of person who try to scam or get over or deliberately and knowingly avoid taxes or avoid this or avoid that. So if more than one cab driver tell me you stupid if you go pay taxes and you getting paid cash, some cab drivers, they drive cabs and they get SSI and Social Security as well. And some of them permanently live in hotels and motels and stuff, well, cheap motels pretty much. And I heard how much of a struggle cab driving is. And it was mainly men. Same thing with truck driving. It was mainly men, but now it's a lot of women being cab drivers and truck drivers. But due to my targeting and sleep deprivation is the reason why I can't be. And then, they're probably doing that on purpose. The perps doing that on purpose so I couldn't drive. When I know how to drive, they want to keep me mentally not alert and keep me mentally dazed all day, every day behind the sleep deprivation. But I was able to, sleep good last night. I took my magnesium supplement, but I didn't take it the night before because I was trying to experiment to see if certain foods alone really are, helping me get to sleep. So, plus me trying to stretch and save, some of the last of my supplement, because I think it was a couple of nights, like 2 or 3 nights ago, I didn't take the supplement because I took the Epsom salt bath. And then the next night, I didn't take any supplement, and I think I slept pretty good. Then the next night, the night before last, I got little to no sleep. And then I took my supplement, my magnesium supplement last night, and I slept very well. I went to bed at 1:30, and I think I twisted and turned and took a little while to fall asleep, and I fell asleep. And then, I woke up and it was daylight, but I don't know what time it was. And then I went back to sleep and heard a lot of people talking, and just like what you just heard in the hallway. Those are the you know, it sounds like the maintenance man and stuff like that doing their work that they need to do. So, but I would never be the type of person who would intentionally try to you know, how should I say it? Intentionally try to, you know, evade taxes or whatever. If people say that Jesus, I mean, a lot of Christians interpret the idea that render unto Caesar. Um, but they said a lot of Christians interpret that meaning to pay your taxes. So you know, and some Christians have asked, like Christian pastors, on websites and stuff. Some Christians ask, well, what if our taxes go to funding abortion and war and stuff like that, and human trafficking and stuff like that? Like, so they say, oh, just still pay your taxes, but God is gonna judge those leaders. Well, He's judging everybody, but if you still gotta pay your taxes, but then God will judge those leaders, in the end, you know, um, excuse me, because our taxes are, they said the Roman government has always been evil, pretty much, and the Vatican always been evil, and uh, guess what? Celebrities don't have to pay taxes, but I don't know about white celebrities, but black celebrities, people like Lauryn Hill, once she tried to break free from the entertainment industry, they try to hit her with tax evasion. Ron Isley, I think, was locked up for many years because of tax evasion. And we don't hear much from Ron Isley anymore, but he's still alive. And I think Wesley Snipes got attacked with the tax evasion as well. But I guess as long as you going along with the satanic system, you ain't gotta pay taxes. That's why I say that I heard that the perps get gift cards and stuff. They don't have to pay taxes them, because I heard if they get free stuff or gift cards, then if they get gifts and stuff, then they don't have to pay taxes and it's not traceable. So all their corruption, and they expect you to follow the law. Just like the police do all this corrupt stuff. The police themselves lie in court. They distort evidence and do this and do that. But you citizens, because they're sold out Masons, that's why they can do that and get rewarded or get away with it. And any other people, if how the hell people like certain court judges would expect you to uphold the law when Judge Joe Brown is hypocritically condemning people for certain things like being a deadbeat dad or whatever, and if I heard that he was exposed with the very same thing. So then they said that Judge Judy and Judge Joe Brown and all them, Judge Hatchett and Judge Maybelline and all them, that they're just paid actors, but you think everything seems so serious and so real, and they say even that's scripted, but you know it's like when I told the whole truth about being raped by the Freemason, and then the police officer twisted my words and added in stuff that never happened or took stuff away, you know, that did happen. And then they wanted to arrest me and falsely accuse me of lying on a police report. And that traumatized me, you know. So that police officer just, it was an officer, John Green, what was his name, and they all turned their backs on me and betrayed me. And if they're supposed to be like a peer advocate or whatever, advocacy center for rape victims, and I thought it was just me at the Santa Monica Rape Treatment Center in Santa Monica, California, very close to the beach. And that same UCLA hospital, I think they said was the hospital Michael Jackson died at. You know, that was creepy to me that I ended up at that hospital a few times. That same hospital. I think that's the hospital. If I'm correct, I think that's the hospital that they say Conrad Murray was used as a plant to kill Michael Jackson. So it's like with the cab driving thing. How the hell the man who trained me was a former police officer, and he even admitted that being a police officer, you're just an actor. And he said that he said being a police officer is like police officers are basically an actor. And Mr. James had a lot of perv on his mind too. I don't remember his last name, but he you know he said police officers are actors, and he said that they'll enforce the law during the day, and be like self-righteous or whatever, and then basically go home and do all kinds of dirty stuff themselves, which I guess I already knew that. But he said he was a former cop for many years, and then at the time he was a cab driver and a school bus driver. By that time he retired from law enforcement. And if you retire from law enforcement but you're a cab driver and you're doing stuff like driving around with no seatbelt and willing to get a ticket, speeding everywhere, just drive how the fuck he wants, and he's a cab driver, and he didn't care about it. It was no big thing to him to put on his seat. To willingly get it, or not caring about a $25 ticket for not having a seatbelt on. It's like, well, wow, you're a former police officer trying to encourage me to break the law. And I don't believe in being the type of person who will break the law. That some people target individuals like, well, how the hell we are law-abiding citizens? How the hell, how the hell if we are law-abiding citizens? How the hell, why the hell are we put on this list? But the idea that I went to jail, I would never intentionally, write a false bad check, from a bank account that doesn't exist. But the guy who scammed me on MySpace in 2007, he scammed me out of money for the camcorder, because he sent me like I don't remember how much money it was, but I think it was like a $900 check or something. I don't remember. And I don't even remember this, like few hundred, maybe like $400. I was trying to sell the camcorder because I was trying to go back to school, and I didn't know. I really did not know that he got the camcorder from me, and then he posed as a woman, but it was a man's voice on a voice over IP phone. He didn't have a physical, and I'm like, well, why do you have your picture posted as a pretty woman? Why do you sound like a man on the phone? And then he tried to say that he's just on voice VoIP or whatever, and so then he sent me amount over he sent me an amount over the actual amount, and then he wanted me to Western Union that money back to him. I mean, like the leftovers back, And I wonder why would he do this? Because me growing up in foster care and the foster mom keeping us ignorant to everything and just do nothing but stay home all day, isolated, and being her cleanup slaves. She kept us ignorant, even though people say that I was smart as hell. But she kept us ignorant and not knowing much about the world and the law and everything. And, just go to the fake cult Bible class, go to school, and then just stay home cleaning up all day and just like a detention and punishment, just being used as cleanup slaves. So I didn't know anything, about all this. So then, you know, my first time experiencing something like that, and will be the last, I promise. When a guy sent me an over amount more than, if he sent me an over amount and I, you know, went to go cash the money and it was a white female, and, when she lied, and I begged her because I didn't know, I begged her not to call the police because I was innocent and I didn't know that that was the scheme or the game, or the scam. And then you'll see later on, and not before then, but later on, I will see, you know how they always be like, don't be a victim. I hate that. If you fall victim to a scam, they say don't be a victim, be smart and be wise. How about don't go around scamming people? That's just like in Venice Beach, part of Los Angeles. Venice Beach, they were saying don't be a victim, like the idea of being a victim of car theft, and they say don't be a victim. How about stop robbing and stop stealing people's cars or stealing belongings out of people's car, So, um, you know, it's like, what else was I gonna say? So yeah, in 2007, the lady snuck behind my back and called the police anyway, because I never would have done something like that, especially not on purpose, and I just didn't know. And so she lied and said, "Okay, I'm not gonna call the police," and then snuck behind my back and called the police anyway. And then I never in my life experienced anything like that before. And then she said that it was from a bank account. I'm from a bank that, it was a fake check from a bank that did not exist. And even though my family hate me, they ought to know me better than to do something like that, So it's like the idea of me being set up, and they preyed on the idea of me being ignorant and not knowing, and then the lady, and I was still young at the time, and the fact that I had already had a college degree and stuff, and then dealing with overtly racist detective that looked kind of like Sinbad. He was white though, and he said, "I bet you didn't been in jail before, nigger." Like in Denton, Texas, they will call you a nigger to your face, straight up. And there was a lot of police brutality of, black people there who weren't even really criminal. Like Denton, Texas is not even a high criminal. It's not even a high crime city, really not. They have more crime here in Pensacola, and I thought Pensacola wasn't that much of crime and stuff like that, But I guess if you see any news and stuff, you'll see more crime than, But I thought Pensacola, Florida was a low crime city. So, well, I didn't even know. But, so it's like when they said that, and that, you know, well, I unknowingly trying to, cash a check that was, I didn't know that that bank didn't exist. And it looked just like it looked like a legitimate, you know, it looked like a legitimate check, So if I would have known, of course I wouldn't have gone there and, try to do anything like that. But somebody in 2018 tried that with me. I was still living in that apartment in Jefferson, part of New Orleans, and they wrote me a fake check from Care.com, I think it was, and it was too much scam. I couldn't even work with Care.com because it was too much scam and spam. So I don't know how is that a legitimate business? And somebody sent me a fake check, and I was smart enough to know not to go cash it that time, and so it's like I don't know why people do stuff like this. And it was like stuff like that I wouldn't even think of to do or even dream of to do. Excuse me. So when it was another police officer that in Denton, Texas, that put me in handcuffs and read me my Miranda rights, and me and him got into an argument when I was riding on the way to jail, and how dehumanizing it was to go to jail, and you know they treated me like it was so dehumanizing that I mean, just because you're punished doesn't mean that you deserve to be treated less than human. It's dehumanizing and heartbreaking that you get fed, and other narcissistic abusers being like, well, being lucky you being fed anything at all, but I still felt like I was starving, and that was the longest, well, it was longer, it was longer than 12 hours, but less than 24 hours. And my family was not going to bail me out, you know, but I'm glad that I got let out, and I was able to show the proof that I was scammed and taken advantage of. And I was able to get the records expunged. But then I could have been had, I didn't know that 2 years later, the Section 8 people still had that on my record, but the police and the courts and everything had that expunged. Shortly after I got everything expunged, um, off my record. So I don't ever want to have to experience anything like that again, but treat you like a literal dog. And, you know, the idea that they fed you through a door, and a small little, like, opening of the door, like and that they feed you through twice a day, and Jimmy Dean sausage biscuit for breakfast, and then for dinner I think you get a nasty ass. I love chicken pot pie, but they made sure that they serve us the nastiest chicken pot pie they can find. I'm serious. Um, so you know, And then they had this one little toilet. I mean, they had me isolated in a bunk bed, and I think I remember the room was extra cold. And I mean, they had me isolated in a single room, and they were trying to say that if I was convicted of this, crime that I was set up for, that I wasn't trying to do intentionally, I didn't know. Um, they said that if convicted, then I would have had to pay $10,000 fine and do 10 years in federal prison. And the foster mom used to act like she was predicting, just like she would predict homelessness. She would predict me growing up to be a drug addicted homeless prostitute. And she would say I would. She used to make threats to get me locked up in a mental institution. They used to want my medication to the max, and like the foster mom, after I was already 18, the foster mom would try to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me that the doctor has me at the max of my medication, meaning that if they would have strengthened my medication anymore, it could have killed me. So, yeah, I've had to deal with even family members who try to set me up, and like people like Ramona herself and other family members who try to manipulate me into breaking the law because if they felt like I was, too good or goody two shoes or whatever, and they were jealous of that, and they would try to manipulate me into breaking the law or something, But I've had, um, you know, traffic tickets, a couple of times, in Milwaukee, and then that one time when I had that accident that day when Ramona did a witchcraft spell on me, I know she did. I think she did a voodoo ritual on me to try to get me to crash the car, and God must have been protecting me then, and I wasn't even a Christian at the time, and I could have been dead right now. How the fuck you do this to your own sister? Excuse me. Um, but I didn't know what was going on at the time. I didn't know it was witchcraft. All I knew is Ramona set me up on purpose. You know, um, and then they keep taking advantage because they figure I'm slow and retarded and don't catch on, and I was on all those psych medications. And people would try to be like, "Oh, well, you're on those psych medications that you shouldn't be driving." Shut the fuck up, because they have other mental patients who drive, and they drive and have a car, and they're on psych medications. So I'm not on my psych medications, and y'all still don't. You would trust a 10-year-old child to drive a car, and I'm 37 years old, and you think you have the authority to make it like I deserve to be blocked from having a car or driving? Shucks, but y'all can look up on YouTube. I promise you. Please do it. Look up, search on YouTube dogs driving. So you trust a freaking animal like a damn dog to drive. There are movies with monkeys driving. But you're going to tell me I don't have the business to drive? But then, you think I should be held responsible for being accused of crimes. You think I should be held responsible. You think I'm too retarded to do jury duty, which I don't like jury duty anyway. You think I'm too retarded to do jury duty. And you think I'm too retarded to pay my own bills, which I can do it. You think I'm too retarded to drive a car. I'm too retarded to plan for a vacation. I'm too retarded to organize a fundraiser. I'm too retarded for this or that. Too retarded to run my own business. Too retarded to publish my own damn books. Too retarded for everything. But when it comes to getting in trouble, even if I'm falsely accused, you want to hold me responsible. I thought y'all would have said, if I'm that crazy, you know, you wouldn't feel, I mean, if it's like y'all want to flip flop and hold me accountable for certain or responsible for certain things at your own convenience when it suits you. Um, you know, and then y'all, well, law enforcement and the Masonic bully fag cops, they do all kinds of crooked shit, and then they don't practice what they preach because they figure they're Freemasons and get free stuff. You see all the cops who walk up in the donut shop and get free, free stuff. So it's like you want to hold me responsible. Well, I thought that you would have felt like I should plead not guilty by reason of insanity for certain shit. But I don't know why people just feel like I'm such a threat, though. I don't know why people feel like I'm a threat. And you know, I never killed a human being a day in my life. I mean, but of course, me getting into fights in elementary school, a lot of times they would pick on me and bully me. But there would be times when I was in elementary school, especially earlier elementary, not later elementary. I guess when I was in sixth grade, uh, I felt like I wanted to try to, do the right thing and try to be a good girl and stay out of trouble. And I went many years um, in junior high and high school, you know, from sixth grade on, no suspensions. But I don't remember, but one time in high school, I don't remember what grade I was in, and I don't remember what teacher gave me a detention. But one time in high school, I think I had after school detention for whatever reason. It was something minor, but I don't remember what it was. Um, but when I was in sophomore year in high school, me trying to strive to just be the best, despite people calling me crazy and everything. And they tried to use deterrence and setups to try to, set me up to fail. Wait till the last minute to try to set me up to not get to graduate from high school. Narcissistic fake foster parents try to be like in the foster family, try to bully, harass, and lecture me, telling me that I burn my bridges from everybody, and talking about me having bad behavior. I'm like, well, if I had how are you talking about me having bad behavior if I have not been suspended from school or much of detention or none of that? No bad reports from the teachers. But I remember even the students used to try to lay traps and snares and try to set you up to get in trouble because they were jealous of you being a so-called goody two-shoes. And they made it like I was the one who would sell out mentality or I was the sellout. Um, but, I knew nothing about, this sellout trader thing or whatever. And then by the time of the MySpace days in 2006, I was wondering how the same kids who used to fail in school and bully, harass, and laugh at me, how the hell are they young as hell and successful? And they're owning real estate and successful at it, get to sell houses and owning their own businesses and stuff. Some of them had their own successful recording studios. So, and by the time I was still disabled, living underneath the foster mom, or ended up homeless, and the people who used to bully me in school, owning their houses and being married and having kids by the time we're 22 or 23 years old. And I feel like, well, where have I gone wrong? And if people would tell me, or they insinuate that I'm the one who failed in life and it's nobody's fault but my own, and they would say that basically I didn't play my cards right. But how if you kept ignorant and kept in the dark? And even in 2003, I struggled to try to get a job, and just everything seemed hopeless. And a couple of temp jobs here and there. And a person on Twitter earlier this year told me that if you work a job and everybody together tell you work too slow, they said that that's workplace mobbing, to try to run you off, to make you leave and stuff. So I didn't even get to get that much work in 2003 when I was trying very hard. And even 2002 and 2003, it seemed like the foster mom tried to sabotage. She herself tried to sabotage every job that I tried to get. I just didn't understand. And if Social Security and SSI is not that much money, why the hell the measly $560 something that you would try to take from me, $565 a month, you try to take it all every month and leave me with nothing? Or, well, the foster mom, she used to take the bigger check and leave me with the small check. And she didn't even make an agreement with me and sit down with me and just talk with me. It's like as if any money I get, I just have to hand everything over to her, or being left with a small amount of my own damn money. And then she tried to bully, harass, and lecture me and tell me that $365 is not your income. That $367 is not your income or whatever. So, yeah, that's what it was, $367, and then I was, 367 plus 205 was like, $572 a month I was getting at that time. And the foster mom, any money I get, and then they make it like it's something we're supposed to do, or we automatically do being stupid and on those medicines. They just figure we'll automatically and robotically just hand over all our money, and they figure they can profit off of us being really slow and retarded and not questioning anything. But how is the foster mom going to say that that's $367 and the other money that is not my income? And I had to get smart and find out for myself, even though they were abusive and oppressive to me at the Social Security office. I found out on my own that I am my own payee. Because I don't know why people will always want to ask me, well, who is your payee? And I thought it was I thought the foster mom was my payee. But I had to find out that I'm my own payee and realize that I've been scammed, cheated, and robbed. You think she's sitting in jail? Fuck no. And the police, if you go to the police, they'll tell you that's a civil matter and not a criminal matter. No, you just want to lie and protect her because she's one of y'all. Masonic. High-level witch. Because if I took somebody's money, it would be criminal. You take my money, there's nothing you can do because it's civil. Make up your minds. That's why I call them the bully fag cops. They're no good. And I hate they like to put, like when I saw Inside Edition video yesterday about these cops saving people's lives, and I said, y'all stop it right now with the police worship. And another person pointed out, well, is it just me or is it only these white people, their lives being saved by police or whatever? So wow. And then some of the comment section, was saying that, they save white lives but take black lives and stuff like that. So when they had, I think that was it Aaron Alexis? Wait a minute, hold up. I don't know if it was him or another person who was supposedly a targeted individual and shot and killed a police officer. And that's when they want to talk that fake bullshit about blue lives matter and stuff like that. You know, a lot of the bully fag cops, I won't say they get what they deserve. They want freaking, I mean, because if you go and YouTube and type in Cops Gone Wild Terrorist Edition. I mean, no, wait. Yeah, Cops Gone Wild Domestic Terrorist Edition, where they shoot and kill unarmed American citizens, black or white. You know, I fell to my knees and crying out to God and praying. There's a perp walking back and forth. That's what they do. They wait till I'm talking on the phone with another targeted friend, or they wait till I'm doing a video to be pacing back and forth by my window. But then when I'm doing nothing important, they don't be passing by my window like that. So so it's like, you know, they when 2016 I was in Greenville, South Carolina, and it was just all a narcissistic fake show that the police officers wait till after that Baton Rouge police shooting, and we were in Greenville, South Carolina, and then excuse me, and then you know, they do stuff like helping a disabled black homeless man in a wheelchair to cross the street, but the police officers being fake shooken up about this cop that got shot and killed in Baton Rouge. I don't know if it was. I don't think it was Aaron and Alexis. It was somebody. I don't remember. Let me double check. It was 4 years ago, like over the summer in 2016. And they said that the person who shot the police was a targeted individual. Okay, it was Gavin Long. Uh, yeah, it was July 17th, 2006. It was Gavin Long, not Aaron Alexis. Aaron Alexis was something different. So they're saying that what Gavin Long did was an ambush attack, and that it was domestic terrorism. Yeah. So I think I could be wrong, but I think they said Gavin Long was a targeted individual as well. Let me double check and see. Yeah, if you Google search Gavin Long, targeted individual, um, yeah, they said that Gavin Long was the third targeted individual to become a mass shooter. Um, Wow. So I need to go into researching that case of Gavin Long. Because I know, about Myron May, and I need to research Aaron Alexis as well. Um, but I figured that the handlers must give them guns to shoot in the first place. Where else would these TIs get the guns? And then have V2K and you know, be hit with the electronic weapons and stuff like that. It's what a shame. Ooh. Hmm. I'm looking on my YouTube and it's talking about some baked wet burrito smothered with red chili sauce. And it's lunchtime. I'm hungry. I can't believe. Uh, wow. Lori Laughlin. She looked like too innocent to be a criminal and go to jail. So look at this. If you go to YouTube and type in uh, cops gone wild. Yeah, cops gone wild. Domestic terrorist edition. They ain't freaking heroes. Um, it's um, even hate to see that, and a lot of, especially black targeted individuals, fear um, being a victim of police brutality. Um, and Alex would, you know, follow me around and gang stalk me and harass me and tell me that the police got me under surveillance. Because I'm wondering if that's what they're trying to program me with. Um, if they're trying to program me with the idea of being conditioned to be afraid of being killed by either police brutality or me being killed, you know, in a car accident or hit by a car, or if I were to drive a car and get hit in a, I mean, get in an accident, or if another person, like people nearly succeeded at, if I'm walking and trying to cross the street and then they deliberately trying to run over me with their vehicles. I've had video footage. It's hard now. That's hard to catch right there. But how in less than 10 minutes, two different vehicles trying to run you over. And I'm like, what hurry are y'all in? That I explained that the car come from the left, super left lane and wait till, and they're at stop and they wait till, if they're supposed to turn left, and then they wait till the last minute to wait till I'm legally crossing the street, and then try to wait till I'm crossing the street to go break the law and ride all the way to the right side and hurry up and speed, and was hoping to run over me with their raggedy silver Nissan Xterra a couple of months ago. There they go walking again. There's two of them this time. Um, so, because Ramona seemed like she was trying to sacrifice me, in a car accident with me driving. And the foster sister Shelly and Ramona, the biological sister Ramona, would do stuff like have me drive them somewhere and then, you know, make certain noises or do certain things on purpose. They would act like as if they're trying to deliberately set me up to wreck. And I'm sitting there thinking, why? They're stupid as hell, because why the hell they're willing to risk their own lives? Well, if you feel like you don't trust me to drive or anything like that, why the hell you always want to ride in the car with me? And then control how I drive, control how I do this and do that, and, control the volume of, how I listen to my music. They wanted me to have no music at all while I'm driving in my own car. I mean, everything was just so messed up and corrupted that they just wanted to control, and manipulate and abuse and steal, kill, and destroy me. They wanted to set me up to wreck in the car when I'm a good driver, but they figure that, oh, you got bad nerves or this or that, so you shouldn't be driving. But other people with bad nerves who you glorify as popular, you're not going to say they shouldn't drive because they got bad nerves. You make my nerves bad. Or, in New Orleans, those ignorant project ghetto fake satanic gangsters and thugs and witches, they'll be like, yeah, baby, my nerves is just so bad. Yeah, my nerves bad. Say my nerves bad, meaning, I have anxiety. If they want to say, I mean, I know plenty of narcissistic abusers who walk around saying that they got bad nerves. You claim you got bad nerves, but you always worship car and driving, but I'm not allowed to do it. I'm not even allowed to mention car or driving. And it's like if the foster mom and the biological gay brother Mark act like they had that so-called authority to confiscate my car. And, if all these perps and vultures set up to, scheme and try to take advantage, and then they will be ready to be like, well, if you can't handle a person smacking their food in your car while you're driving, then you have no business driving, or you don't have the mentality to drive. Well, okay, you don't have to ride in my car. But they made it like as if I had no right to my own car or no ownership or none of that. Like they own my car while paying no bills, while they take my car and go drive it and treat me like foster and biological family and a narcissistic control freak fake friend who just want to use me for free rides and wanted nothing to do with me when I didn't have a car. And then all of a sudden I have a new car that's financed, not even my own car, is financed from borrowed money, because I didn't know I was being gang-stalked and being perped. So any money, that I was taking cabs to school, to and from school every day to avoid the, being gang-stalked on the bus. And then eventually, I got my own car, which I'm surprised I had my car longer than a year. But other people drove my shit more than I did. And I wasn't free to go where I want or do what I want. And I figure, I wish that in 2006, after Hurricane Katrina, I wish I wouldn't have just gone to New York. And I wish I didn't leave the car behind and then go to New York. I wish I would have just, took the car with me and gone to Los Angeles. But then again, I don't know what would have happened. But Los Angeles, California, Las Vegas, Nevada, New York City. I thought New Orleans was dangerous, but they're worse. And I've never been to Chicago or Detroit, but I've been to Miami during the fake coronavirus thing, So I didn't get to see the real Miami, like normal life in Miami pre-coronavirus. But I would have loved to see what it was like um, in Miami pre-coronavirus. But from what I saw, I just like uh, the fact that there's Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Aldi's. That's what I like. And I love the beaches, and I love that just about um, every household has several mango, banana, and coconut trees like it's nothing. Very tropical. And I love that just anybody can have, you know, but they said it's very expensive to live in Miami. Um, so I couldn't afford to live there. And they say New Jersey is pretty expensive as well. I just passed through New Jersey from New York, but I don't know what it's like to live in New Jersey. And I want to live in New Jersey because it's too cold out there. But it was in the month of mid-April, and I can barely handle the heat in Miami. But I like warmer weather. I could barely handle the heat in Miami in April, but it was hot out there. So I heard in Haiti it would be super hot in January, especially after they had, was it the Haiti earthquake or something? Yeah, what happened in Haiti in 2010, and that was so-called ethnic cleansing. That was a ritual in January 2010, the Haiti earthquake, and I remember hearing on the news, and I got mad, and this was before I was awakened to the truth. I was in Dallas, Texas, going back to Denton after leaving my twin sister, and then I heard about the Haiti earthquake, and I knew something was wrong. When they said that a lot of those Haitian kids were snatched away from their parents and forced to come to the U.S. and be in foster care and adopted, and then that the kids were going to be have to suffer PTSD and be forced on psych medications. I remember hearing that on the news and at the Greyhound station in Dallas in 2010, and I was mad when I heard about that, but I didn't realize this was part of a satanic agenda. And then people will say that New Orleans people get what we deserve for Hurricane Katrina because of the witchcraft and debauchery and stuff like that, and rejecting God, and that the Haitian people got what they deserve or whatever. But why isn't anything happening? No, these rich elite globalists are doing this on purpose. Because you don't think there's witchcraft in Europe, but man, the most you will hear is like a terrorist attack in Paris or Spain or somewhere. But in UK and stuff like that, like you don't really hear UK and Ireland having like horrible disasters and stuff going on like that. But the rich white elite deliberately going to, attack, black areas. Like they wanted to quote unquote ethnically cleanse New Orleans, the black areas. Because white people do witchcraft to other races of Hispanics, Asians. They got their own different forms of witchcraft, New Age, voodoo, Christ rejection, and everything. But then people be like, well, that's proof we're the true Hebrew Israelites and whatever. Well, how come blacks hate each other and don't get along then? The black race. So, I don't know. But this went off into a long, I'll have to entitle this an open talk because there's several different topics. And at the moment, excuse me, at the moment, I ran out of ideas and things to talk about. So today is a day I don't feel like, well, I mean, probably would have, but after what happened yesterday, I need a break from the public, you know, and I need groceries because all I have is like shredded vegetables, some pre-boiled eggs, and some chicken, and that's all I have left in the refrigerator. Let me double check. I'll be right back. Yeah, well, I still have some of that mayo cube, but that's a condiment. That's not actual basic food. But I have the shredded carrots and the shredded broccoli slaw, and I have a few slices of cheese and a little bit of you know, I have a little bit of the chicken left. Hold on, and I have a thing of walnuts over there and some hot cocoa mix and maple syrup that I don't want to open yet. So I have the I have a little bit of, well, a little more than a little bit of peanut butter left, and a little bit of the granola, like 2 days worth of after today, 2 days worth of granola cereal. Well, the granola snack cereal or whatever left for breakfast, and um, I have those coconut cookies left. Um, so I don't feel like wanting to go to the store. I might have to go today, no later than today, but I don't know if I'll go today or tomorrow. The perps, I don't have to announce anything. The perps know what I'm gotta do, so thanks for y'all support. Thanks for the just watching my videos. Thanks for the emotional support, even though I don't get much. And thanks for the donations. And you know, thanks for wanting me keep, to stay safe and warm. You know, I was this actually this video at the beginning. I just wanted to do a shorter video than what I have. Just asking for advice on what should I do. With taxes and who do I go to, who do I talk to with gift donations and stuff. If I had to pay any taxes on any gifted donations and stuff like that. Because I'm not intentionally trying to break the law or evade taxes like Madison the perp was trying to falsely say. Now, like, where the hell would she get that from to falsely accuse me of trying to get over or, trying to scheme the system? But she says just about every day on Twitter, "Ooh, we need universal basic income." And she's like, "Well, I hope we get another stimulus check because I need another mattress." Well, why aren't your perp handlers giving you a mattress? Instead of buying weed, maybe you can set aside that weed money for a mattress if you feel like you need a new mattress. So I just was bothered by the fact that she just tried to make assumptions and falsely accuse me of working the system and getting over on people. That's the lies. I mean, you yourself, you're supposed to be targeted, but you're a fake TI perp creating lies and smear campaigns about me in the fake TI perp community on Twitter, and you say all this stuff about me after I have, gotten rid of my account. I'm gone. So, you know, even as of earlier this month, she's still, making remarks about me, you know. So I guess I'll continue doing some more talking. Um, so it's like I'm glad that they have some targeted individuals who are not afraid to call out fake TI perps or not afraid to name names. And me, I still, struggle with, if I call out somebody for being a fake TI perp and then they get their whole gang and their whole mob to attack me. And, you know, I have less people on my side defending me. And that's like, I'm supposed to know to keep my mouth shut, you know. So I thought about whether or not to talk about, the incident that happened last year on YouTube and name names and just go into detail. But I think I'm going to hold off on doing that and just think about it before I would have talked about that incident. But if you can do stuff like call out Kim Price for being fake, but if I call you out on being fake, you get a whole mob of people attack, to attack me. But some of the fake TI perps don't like each other. That's like the fake truther movement. Like it's like an illusion that they hate each other, but secretly they're working together. So this so-called beef that is just like a distraction and control opposition and fake, in the TI community. If fake TI perps calling each other fake, but then fake TI perp calling a real one fake and not to be trusted and stuff like that. If the fake TI perps huddle together and bully you and gang up on you and then falsely accuse the victim of being gaslighting and creating smear campaigns when this y'all doing it to me and then falsely accuse me of doing it to y'all. So the super big people that's untouchable, you're not allowed to question. I'm going to say this name, Michael Barton's name was on the top 250 list of the so-called targeted people to be eliminated. And I was on that same list, from that vice handler person. And as I said, I don't know if August was supposed to be the month they were supposed to have killed me, the month of my own birthday, or the month that they were supposed to set me up, or the month that they were supposed to think they can succeed at trying to getting us to sell out. And so they're the criminals doing this networking thing and human trafficking. And so, some people say that Michael Barton is real and other people say he's fake. But, he's one of the popular ones. I've heard some people say James Harkin is fake. But I didn't have much personal experience with James Harkin. But he can ask for donations and nobody shunned him because he's white and male. And the same thing with Michael Barton. Michael Barton supposed to be heavily targeted, and he has a lot of supporters. How is it just a few people attacking him, but he supposedly has if he supposedly a single dad with 2 kids, ex-military, and they worship him because he's a so-called patriot and I think Trump supporter. And yesterday on a targeted individual's video, there was a person who asked me about asked about whether or not Michael Barton was real or fake. Um, let's see. Well, they were questioning. Okay, so the person said, "How is it that Michael Barton has managed to last for so long? If this is true, you know." Oh, okay. Because we were talking about um, why a lot of us targeted individuals are either getting strikes on our accounts or being attacked and shut down and stuff. So they were talking about attacks on another targeted person's channel, and so I said on my channel they had me wrongfully suspended until the end of February. The other channel, and this is the backup, because a perp kept y'all know Stars 15K kept falsely reporting all my videos, and then uh, and the person said, yes, that's what I've been saying. Any vloggish TI channel is not going to last long because of random false flags and reports, you know, and stuff like that. So um, that's when it was a little more conversation. And then the person said, how is it that Michael Barton has managed to last for so long? If this is true, you would think his channel has violated more people's rights than any of the others have. Or did he just get too big before they realized the threat he was and now can't delete him? Nah, you ain't gonna be a big threat, too big of a threat and untouchable and can't be deleted. Therefore, that they target other people with similar potential going forward, so it doesn't get out of hand. What do you think? Um, yeah. So, oh, I didn't realize there was more dialogue. So I'm not. Yeah, yeah. And so you know how another person said. I mean, they said a lot of people really do lose their minds from this. Also, you will have these other TIs who will tell you that gang stalking needs to be prayed off to stop. Well, praying does not stop the gang stalking. You're still going to go through. I mean, it's part of the Christian persecution if you truly target it. Um, but it'll help you be stronger and endure to the end. And so they said others will blame aliens, ghosts, and etc. in order to basically persuade the community that it's not a real phenomenon. Organized harassment is just a hidden in plain sight set of everyday crisis acting events meant to stage random violence. It's a false flag operation, and I do know that most of the people who participate are aware of how illegal it is, thus the reason why it's kept a secret. So, excuse me. So, you know, I don't want to, but I mean, it seemed like some people, it's like as if Michael Barton himself is one of the fake TI person with a cult following that you're not allowed to question without being devoured and attacked and shunned just because he's a so-called patriot. Because I've heard of quite a few other people say that Michael Barton is rude as fuck. And when I tried to show him the top 250 on Twitter, I tried to show him. I mean, he went to follow me one time, but I got mad when he ignored me and then he didn't respond to me and then he deleted. I mean, he unliked my comment. I mean, my tweet to him, and he ignored me and didn't respond. I think he retweeted and then undid the retweet or unliked the comment or something, and he ignored me and didn't respond. Because my name and Michael Barton's name and a few other people's name is on that on Vice Handler on YouTube. The gang stalking recruit. I mean, that's the idiot that did the gang stalking recruitment. And he also, trying to recruit people, and then he also, they all had their skits of the perps treating each other like trash in the comments section. And then he did a top 250 targets list for the month of August. And he just did that for that 1 month. He wouldn't do, like, the vice handler wouldn't do this every month, just that 1 month. He said, like, the top 250 list. So I don't know if we were supposed to all be killed or all supposed to be set up, or if we were on the list for y'all to try to get us to flip and sell out. I don't know. But Alex himself was making remarks and comments. I'm like, how the hell the guy who followed me in person, networking with Vice Handler and Chief Handler and Agent Smith and Agent K and whatever other agent and Sergeant Stalker. Now Alex, when he a couple of weeks ago said, when he said, stop riding them buses, Candy, stop riding them buses. Oh no, he said, stay off them buses, Candy, stay off them buses, or else my name is not Alex Dupree. And then his username on there was Infraguard Stalker. And then, I've seen Alex and Star 15K, Star Bricker, work together. And, online. And if I can mention another person's name, how the hell are you going to be like, oh, she's doxing me and violating my privacy? You think you can so-called expose everything about me and make up a whole bunch of lies on me and slander and stalk me and stalk, harass, and follow, and then you obsessively and compulsively watch and subscribe and unsubscribe and resubscribe to my channels, harassing me. Excuse me. And then when I put you on blast, that's when you want to falsely report me for violation of privacy because of mentioning your name. The fake unicorn proctology specialist. 59-year-old cancer patient has no reason to, you say I act like a petulant child, but it's you. And everything that you do dirty, you project it onto me. I try to mind my business. I don't go around trying to be immature and clown people or anything like that. I just seem like you have been truly targeted. You have every single day is a shit hit the fan moment. But you already got your shit hit the fan moment, or the end of the world as we know it moment. Every day is a freaking doomsday if you a targeted individual. Every day is a doomsday, and you don't know when your day gonna come. But none of us know when our day gonna come unless you're a witch predicting your own death. Or if a person plans their own suicide, But other than that, we don't know when we're going to be taken out or when they're going to have a scenario. Because they were planning to have, I knew that I was, were trying to get something done to me on election day. Either get me locked up in jail or the mental institution. And I'm not a criminal. So, don't startle me, don't make me mad. Because if you get mad, you have your so-called right to be mad or well within your rights. But when it comes to me getting mad, oh, that's proof I'm a mental patient. So, what makes you special and exempt that I can't even mention your name about, oh, you want to talk about privacy violation? And you make you're not going to bully me. I'm not going to back down. I'm not going to be scared of you. You do not have the upper hand over me. You do not have authority over me. You're not my handler. I'm not your slave. I do not have to do what you tell me to do. You go fry in hell and mind your fucking business. You don't have a right to have access to my phone number. But Stars 15K is a mental patient her damn self. You know, a mental patient and a fake cancer patient. I'll tell you what, she got spiritual cancer full of demons that keep growing inside of her. That's the so-called cancer she got. So, so why is Michael Barton untouchable? You can't question whether or not he's real or fake, and nobody shuns Michael Barton for asking for donations or receiving donations. And they say he lives in a beautiful house with 2 trucks. Why you need 2 trucks? You one man with 2 kids. I mean, well, that ain't none of my business, but I'm just saying, you sure you didn't sell out? Or you sure you're not a fake TI perp? And so it's like, if he's getting a lot of support, and as I said, you own a house and 2 trucks, and you can own your own eBay business, and it's like we're not allowed to question whether or not you're real or fake. If you're prosperous, but then that's what the fake TI perps. I'm not saying that I out flat out outright saying that Michael Barton is fake, but I'm just questioning, is he real or fake? If he can ask for donations and get a lot of support, people willing to support him. Because what if that was a black man who was a patriot, and heavily targeted? Unless he sold out. Because, how come people don't think I need a home? People don't think I have a right to have a basic roof over my head. And me being here, I haven't even been eating out as much, and I've been able to save a little more money. And with the groceries that I'm able to refrigerate the food for storage, and can go a few days of spending no money. Like yesterday, no money was spent at all. I didn't spend any money at all yesterday. I think even, let's see, the last time I spent money was Christmas Eve. And it's now the 28th. So it's been 4 days since I spent any money at all. And now today or tomorrow, more like today, don't want to do it, but I'm going to have to go out and buy groceries. Maybe like $50 worth of groceries or something. I don't know yet what I even want to buy, but I know it's a hazard to my stomach to buy deli ham and processed meat and white bread and stuff like that. But it's cheap and affordable. Or those, well, when I have my own place, I'm not even big on buying microwavable dinners and stuff either. But, I do like I did the other day. That was a good deal. That I got 2 whole rotisserie chickens plus 1 pound of macaroni and cheese and 1 pound of corn at fake Walmart, all for $10. And I don't know if that was just a holiday deal, or if that was a holiday deal, or if it's a daily deal. But that was a good deal. And so I was able to save and stretch that, for lunch and dinner, every day. But yesterday I tried to eat they had this supposed microwavable candy, like sweet potatoes and they said to microwave it for like 6 minutes. I microwaved it 18 minutes. I mean, and it was still hard. And I felt bad to have to throw it away. And I'm like, I'm never going to get that again. I think that bag was like $2 or $3. And I don't like wasting, like, I try to not waste food. I try not to have to waste food. And then, I mean, now I will feel guilty or feeling bad to have to throw away food. Or like a piece of my chicken fell on the floor yesterday, and I felt really bad that it fell on the floor. And of course, I had to throw it away, you know. And so, remember the stories I told you the other day about Miss Coleman wanting you to eat all your food? And when the kids used to call me greedy and stuff later on. So then the kids be like, damn, she cleaned that plate, you know. So it's Miss Coleman's fault I cleaned the plate. Because I remember when the other obese cafeteria monitor, Miss Sally, like Mr. Mitchell, the teacher, used to punish me from quote unquote, like he didn't punish the kids for taking advantage of me, but he would punish me. He acted like he was prejudiced to black females, but even shows favoritism towards the boys in the class, and even if they were black. So Mr. Mitchell would punish me for quote unquote buying friendship instead of punish the kids for using and taking advantage of me. You know, when we're victims, me and my twin sister growing up, when we'd be victims of abuse from the other kids and bullying, they would punish us for being a victim. It's like you punish us whether we report stuff or not, or whether we stand up for ourselves or not, you still want to punish us. You know, in high school and junior high, if you're about to get suspended, you get written up for what's called a referral. You get a referral, and that means, you know, they're going to suspend you. So a boy, he threw a rock at my eye, or something small at my eye. I thought it was a rock. So it was something, you know. So then Corey tried to downplay it and be like, it wasn't a rock, it was a piece of paper. Well, you shouldn't have thrown anything at my fucking eye. You know, from what it looked like, I thought it was a small, dirty rock that you threw at my eye. And so he's like, hey, nah, that wasn't a rock, that was a piece of paper. And so they let him go. And so, you know, they wrote me up on a referral. Miss Cartwright wrote me up, and she was with the Masonic Zeta Phi Beta sorority. And Miss Cartwright wrote me up on a referral and said Candy Grand Prix accused Corey Dudley of throwing a rock at her eye. But, you know, I was going to get suspended. Because ever since middle school, Miss Cartwright used to do that to me and my twin sister. If a child hits us, she'll write us up on suspension, or try to have us suspended or punished or reprimanded for even reporting the bullying and beatings and abuse from the kids at school. You know, if they bully us unprovoked for no reason because the foster mom forced us against our will to go to middle school or high school with short hair, like shorter than this, and silly looking flat tops, you know. So I don't know. Just and then people will wonder why, you know, if I report a rape or a beating or a robbery or something like that happening to me, then you want to jail me. You know, like high school experiences never left me. Like when they wanted to jail me for reporting the Freemason guy, you know, and just wanted to protect him. and they let him run free. He didn't even go to jail. And other guys who done me wrong, and people who done me wrong and whatever. And that's why when they jailed this girl, I'm surprised that they even took her to jail. You know, and I'm surprised she didn't get let off, but I don't know. But as I said, that assistant state attorney lied to me and told me that I don't have to do anything. Now they secretly, randomly find me the week of the holidays and have me serve me this court paper of a subpoena of over the phone court, and then tell me. I mean, I already told y'all what was going on. Y'all already told me I don't have to do anything further, and then, I don't know, telling me that if I don't attend this phone appointment, that I would, be held contempt of court. And people say I'm highly intelligent, but I'm dumb enough. I'm like, contempt. I've heard of that term, but I didn't know what it meant until she told me. All these legal terms I do not know. Like the idea of getting something notarized and, stuff like that. I don't know much. Well, oh yeah, I think there was a so-called lady who gave me the idea. I don't know how to go about doing it though. Some people say I can make a lot of money or whatever becoming a notary. I don't know how to, but if I ask for help from somebody or steps to take, they ignore me and leave me hanging and think I should be just responsible for doing it on my own. Like you're not allowed as an adult. They think you're wholly responsible for yourself, and like as an adult, other adults don't want to help you, and it's like, or it's like they don't want to help you, and you're not allowed to ask for advice or help, and you just have to be left hanging by yourself. You know, but a narcissistic abuser would think that I have no business becoming a notary if I know nothing about being a notary. Well, why can't I learn? Or if, excuse me, I have no business driving cars if I don't know how often I should get my oil changed. They'll use that to justify, excuse me, they'll use that to justify why I have no business driving. And they refuse to help me and just be like, read your manual, read your manual. And I'm like, why couldn't you just simply tell me, oh, you need to go every 3 months? You didn't read your fucking manual of your cars. You're a woman too, So I don't know. Like, if I would want to run my own lemonade stand, the government won't let you do that. I mean, I probably would, if I was still in New Orleans and running a lemonade stand. Well, I heard that if you're a targeted individual, the Perps would tell everybody not to buy from you, and they will make sure that you have no sales. Or if I were to work at a farmer's market or a flea market, that they would tell everybody, that the Perps and handlers would tell people, don't go buy from you. I've heard stories that, that other targeted people tell me stuff like that, but the little bit of support that I guess I got less support than I thought I did, because, if people made false promises to buy, the $3 book or book, $2.99, and it's like, I was shocked at the small amount of sales. So it's not like I'm getting big sales, and the fake TI perps, they want to make sure that my book is not spread or does not share. Before then, I was even trying to offer the book for free, and nobody wanted to read it. That, and the fiction book and the narcissistic abuse book, I was trying to be nice and offer for y'all, if y'all want to read it for free. So all these games, but the mukbang bloggers, if I would try even just for once a mukbang, that video wouldn't go viral. But I'm scared to even try a mukbang thing anyway because even one time, I don't want to end up in a hospital or end up feeling like shit or feeling like I need to go to the emergency room or have a high blood pressure issue for one day because I just wanted to be cool and have a mukbang moment. Um, and so if I were to try to do, if I were to do a YouTube video, and decide, that I want to go live, um, I tried that one time and felt like a dummy earlier this year on my other channel before I got the first Psych World channel before it got deleted. Um, and so, that other targeted by the Psych World channel is on life support right now. Um, and then I see, the comments. I mean, not the comments. I meant to say the subscriber count being manipulated. Um, it's like it keeps on fluctuating between 481 and 482. And even on other channels, including this one, you know, it seems like the subscriber count will be manipulated. Like right as of today, it's at 205. So, um, let me see, 205 minus 134. So it would have been like 71 subscribers on this channel. Yeah, so when I had 202, when I was at 202 and minus 134, so my math was correct. It was 68 at the time, so now, yeah. So, as I said, how, I don't know, it just feels, wow, it just, um, it is very hard for me to try to train my mind, to, but I mean, I guess it's doable for me to, I'm 37 years old and still have, people will perceive of me as having the mindset of a child because of me being emotionally very sensitive. Um, so I'm gonna try to remember the things I talked about and put it in the description box. If y'all care to look at, the Cops Gone Wild Domestic Terrorist Edition and the 200 top 250 list of the Gang-Stalking and also a few other things. Um, so ow, bastards. They're poking me electronically, poking me on my lower back right side, laser poking me, pins and needles. Um, so and also I'm gonna try to find the Gavin Long, I guess article or something with the targeted individuals. So, and also, of course, the usual stuff that I post on, like the link to my ebooks, the financial help information. I mean, if you want to donate, and also, the truth about COVID, and also the excuse me, the Christian, the true DVD for Christians, the true DVD for Christians and stuff like that as well. So if you want to get saved or you want salvation, you want the truth, and I think also a link to the King James Version of the Bible as well. So if you want your soul saved, if you want to receive Jesus Christ into your heart, if you want to break free of deception, the Truth DVD for Christians, it's not about me. It's Father God. You know, He gets all the glory and credit for the truth being spread. So if you want to click on the links of my Google Drive and stuff for the Truth DVD for Christians, go ahead and do that too. If you want to learn the truth about how to just break free from deception. I don't have all the answers, but it's a kickstart. So thanks. I love y'all and bye.